Hey everyone, welcome back. In this Selenium Python tutorial, let's quickly understand how you can implement implicit wait in Selenium with Python. So I'll quickly copy this code here, and I've already covered all the concepts related to implicit wait, explicit wait, fluent wait in the previous tutorial. So if you haven't watched that, go through and watch it before coming to this particular one. So I'll just change it to demo implicit wait, the Python file, paste everything here, and let me remove all the things that are there. Change the class name, demo implicit wait. Okay, so now what I'll take is I'll simply go to, let me open Salesforce. So here now, in order to demo the implicit wait, so as I've explained in the previous tutorial, that implicit wait is the global wait and it's applicable to that particular instance. So if you go to the implicit wait here on this documentation, let me scroll, you can see that once set, the implicit wait is set for the life of the session. So as far as your session is active, implicit wait is applicable for that particular session. Okay, now in order to implement implicit wait, it's very simple. There is a method, and what I'll do is I'll simply go to PyCharm and let's open this particular Salesforce login URL, and then let's see username XPath. I'll open selector sub and quickly copy this ID, right? So ID is there, so we'll use ID. And now say for example, I want to find this element and send some keys, right? So I'll say driver.find element by ID and provide the ID username. And say for example, I want to send some keys there, or send or type in something, say for example RCV Academy, right? So this is very simple test. Now how implicit wait can be applied in this particular case, and say for example the script is not able to identify this particular web element. Okay, so how can you apply implicit wait and wait for the specified amount of time until the web element has been located? That's what we'll learn in this tutorial. So now let me quickly create an object of this class, and I'll say impwait as the variable name, which holds the reference of this object. And now I'll say impwait and call the method demo impwait. All right, now if I simply execute this, it will open this particular Salesforce login page and should type in the values if it is able to find that particular web element, right? So it was able to find this particular web element. Now say for example, I change this particular ID to something else. Now this ID doesn't exist on that page, right? Because I have put some garbage value there. Now if I try to run it, okay, let's see what happens. Now this web element won't be recognized, or it won't be found by the script. So you can see immediately no such element exception message came through, and the script failed with exit code 1, right? So now say for example, I do not want to fail the scripts immediately, and that's where the waits come in picture, right? So previously what we were doing is we were just saying time.sleep, right? So which is basically the hard-coded sleep or the wait. So after launching this particular web page, the script is definitely going to wait for 5 seconds. So this is not dynamic, right? So this is pausing the script execution for 5 seconds. So this was happening, or this approach is not recommended at all, because you are unnecessarily putting the waits there of 5 seconds before you can see your script will fail here, right? So you can see now the script has failed after 5 seconds. So this is not what we need to do when we are doing the actual automation. So we have to put implicit wait, okay? And in order to put implicit wait, because it's dynamic, you apply it to the driver instance. So you can just simply say driver.implicitly wait, right? And specify the wait that you want to wait for, okay? The amount of time that you want to wait for. Now say for example, I want to keep checking the presence of the web elements on the page for 10 seconds. If the web element is visible, then the script will not wait for 10 seconds. It will move further on. Say for example, web element is available in 0.5 seconds or 1 second, it will move further. But if the web element is not available in 10 seconds, the script will fail and you will get the exception, no such element exception. So now because we have put the implicit wait, whichever web elements that are used in the particular script, it will be applicable to all the web elements. Now let me run this, and this time you will see that the script is not going to fail immediately. So it will wait and keep checking the presence of the username field for 10 seconds. Only if the timeout happens after 10 seconds, you will see that the script has failed, right? If I don't put this implicit wait, then you will see the script fails immediately. So you'll see that if it is not able to find, and you'll see it has failed, right? So it's not going to wait. So that's what the purpose of implicit wait is. Now, say for example, you have put implicit wait, but your locator is found, right? So I corrected this ID, so now the locator will be found. Now the script is not going to wait for 10 seconds, okay, because this is a dynamic wait. So you will see that immediately it has executed and finished the test, right? It has finished with the exit code 0. So if I run again, you will see it is executing and typed in and finished, right? So it will now finish with the exit code 0. So it didn't stay there for 10 seconds. So this is the beauty of the dynamic wait and implicit wait, and that's where these implicit wait will come very, very handy. Okay, now say for example, I want to also identify this password field. So the password has the ID as password. Okay, so let's try to have the ID as password, and in the password I want to send the same values there. Okay, and say for example, the password value, I'm just changing the ID to some garbage value so that it's not found. Okay, let's see how this behaves. So it will work fine, or there won't be any issues with the username field, but for the password you will see that it is waiting, keep checking for the password presence of the web element for 10 seconds, and after 10 seconds you will see that it has thrown the error, no such element exception, right? If the password will be found, then no issues. This is not going to wait 10 seconds because it's a dynamic implicit wait, and it will type in username and password, and you can see it has completed the script, right? So that's what the implicit wait is. The only thing you need to remember is this particular line you apply, or you just add it once in your script, driver.implicitly wait, and the amount of time that you want to wait for the presence of the web elements on the page, and then that wait will be applicable to all the web elements. So here in this case 2 web elements I'm having, so it's applicable to both. It doesn't matter how many web elements are there in your script, it will be applicable to all the web elements that you have used in your particular script and for that particular execution and instance. So that's all about implicit wait in Selenium with Python. I hope it was helpful. Thank you very much for watching.